finally, we are planting. So, the salesman, the mechanic, and the tech guy just left. We've been planting, I don't know, about 15 acres. And this is all I'm going to do today. It's a little wet and more rain tonight. So I am planting. So I'm gonna call this official plant day because I planted 23 acres 2 days ago. Got a rain, still a little wet. Waited after lunch, but I had people from Tri-Green here, the salesman, a mechanic, and the tech guy. So I didn't record much of that. Cell phone footage at the first of the video is all I got. Because we're trying to figure this thing out. It's all new to me, and or I was trying to figure it out. So we picked a small field and off the road, and we're gonna hide our mistakes. So I'm gonna put some seed in it, and hopefully we don't get rained out, and maybe have a good day tomorrow planting. Using Armor 1447. And a Verdesian seed and graphite. Hit it, sprinkle lady. Don't take near as long to unfold and fold this one as it does my other one. Which my other one you had to retract the tongue and extend it and everything. You don't on this one. There we go. So I'm gonna work on the inroads, get some lines set, and might bring you back before then, but there's some washers that's supposed to go underneath that tongue to keep that crap from happening, so I'll probably put them in tomorrow. Trying to beat rain right now. I don't know why you gotta do this, but you gotta spin this wheel, work the mechanism, get the vacuum primed up. I may be going the wrong way with it. But we're supposed to see seed drop out. I haven't seen any yet, but let's go check, see what the vacuum is. That's still confusing me. right time. We're right where we need to be on vacuum. Seed draw putting out 27.5, 28.6. Shooting for 28 is my goal this Friday. Later on we're going to jump up to 30 when we get some different seeds. But transmission set at 27.5. That's as close as we can get it to 28 without going over. So far I'm pretty good. I'm good on my own. That's my biggest fear, is not having the dealer here, or somebody from the dealership here. But we're gonna get these inroads knocked out and talk to you here in a little bit. So across the fence over there, I'm gonna put soybeans, and I don't know. We'll get out here in a minute. I'm about to start going back and forth, done with inroads, but it's wet in one spot. I picked up over it, but it seems to be dried out. But we'll get off and check her closing, how it's closing the trench and everything here in a second. See how it's kind of doing a zipper effect? I don't know if you can say that or not. Ground's still a little bit wet. Right in here, not closing real good. Let's do some digging. There's a seed right there, green. And hold on, I'm trying to balance and do this. Right at 2 inches. So we're good. We are a little buddy. But you wait till the perfect day, perfect weather, you won't get nothing done. So I'm just kind of checking everything out. Alright, let's get to planting. So I've been trying to figure this out. Austin, the guy from the dealership, he kind of ran me through it. They set up some different pages. This is the page I like because I'm easier to get back on the line, and you can see your planting. I don't know why them two keeps flashing, but we'll look at some stuff. Okay, that's where it was at, I guess. Maybe that's where it was at. I don't understand this page. I think that's got to do with doubles and skips and stuff, and I think that's with spacing. But we've got the airbag set to 210 pounds. We're running 205, 208 in the 200s, and of course this is my screen, my guided screen. Another guided screen. This pretty much tells how many acres I've planted. Really nothing to do with the planter. And then we got this screen that tells more in depth. Skips, none. Multiples, none. Don't really understand that. Average spacing, I really don't understand that number. So, look at that. Look at that. Single row, total rows, 8. Okay, we know all that. Target rate 27.5. That's 27,500 seeds per acre. The high warning is 30.3, and the low warning is 24.8. So I'm starting to learn it, but I'm getting up to the end of the road, and I want it on that screen. And I can cut my section control on and off. We'll talk about that here in a minute. And this is pretty rough ground. You're not seeing them move up and down a lot. Maybe a little bit, but we control that with the downforce, the pneumatic downforce, the airbags. I've seen planters before, they're just bouncing up and down. And I've not used the markers today, used them very little the other day. Probably won't use them much at all. Well, here is the page I was looking at right here, looking for. Simulation 99.3. Skips, 0, multiples, 0. So, yeah. Alright. So, I've kind of discovered something else on here. But I was going to talk about the section control. And we'll get back to this more. I figured it out. But right up here, we're going to come into a spot that's done been planted. And what's going to happen is the planter is going to cut off when I get to this green right here. And each row will cut off individually as I pass. Well, it didn't show it real good there, but anyways, I'm good to pick up. So here's a, I guess you could say, exploded view of the whole field, and you can kind of see a little chart right here on your populations. So I'm at the target in the middle green there over most of it, and a little light where I take off. So I'm happy with that. We good on maybe half 5 acres, so we'll keep trucking. Got the sun going down. Fish pond. Well, it could be the reason why I'm getting alarms. Everything's looking good. Could be the reason why I'm getting alarms. We're in We got plenty of seed row 4. It's dropping seed I can fit down in there. That'll drive somebody crazy, but while I'm out of the planter, this is the first time I've ever used a, well, an 07000 we had a long time ago, but I'm not used to a chain drive, ground driven transmission. So I'll kind of explain it. You got your sprockets, you got high and low. We're in low speed. Move these 2 sprockets around and we'll be at high speed. But basically the manual will tell you, I think we're on 24 and 28. I think that's the two sprockets we're on to get 27.5 population, which we're monitor showing 28. But there you go. We're in the 2 middle sprockets. So we're in 24 and 26. An issue we had Wednesday, and that's what I keep checking, is number 4 came off in the field. The whole hopper did. Yeah, that's the reason why it's given a code. It's not staying latched. And let's see if I can move it up. There's no tension on it. So at number 4 jumping up and down. Number 7 the same way, but it's latched, no tension. The dealership is aware of this. We are coming up with a solution, but we'll show you how much that's got tension. Hear that pop? All right, let's finish this up before the sun goes down. All right, one of the things that I did not like this monitor at all at first. I don't like, because I'm used to running a monitor in a separate steering monitor. I like it now, but if you're using this for steering, the only thing not running a planter, you're spending way too much damn money on it. You can buy comparable auto steer for half the price of this. I don't like how you engage this, and this is the only option. You have to reach around either way and push that, and it's kind of awkward. But when I get ready to close the video out, we'll talk about the whole rundown. Well, GoPro went dead on me, but I'm done with this field behind me. The last few passes down here, I was kind of in an odd shaped deal, and the row clutches quit working on me. So that's something we're going to have to address. Another thing is it kept saying that it wasn't planting, a row wouldn't, and stuff like that. I couldn't find anything wrong. I'm going to say it's the seed tubes, but for a brand new planter, ought to be planting. So I've got a seed tube brush. I'm going to clean them out first thing in the morning, keep it in the tractor. If it gets stacked up, clean them out. Maybe that will solve it. But I'm mixed on this planter. When it's working right, I like it. But like I said, the last couple of passes, I'm not going to get off and dig every time it says it's not planting. So this is it for a video. Thank you for watching. God bless you. And I guess we'll catch you on the next one. Probably be planting, or may have a new sprayer show up. I don't know. But we'll see you then.